Hello. I'm gonna make this as quick as I can. This channel is dead. Dunzo. This is an X channel. This channel is pushing up the daisies and other such references. Um, oh my god, they killed my channel. Those bastards. Uh, say hello to the cat, who is catting. Um, so the reason I'm making this video is because although the people that are close to me already know all of this, I realize that there's a chance sometime in the future someone new might come across the channel and be like, oh, they just stopped uploading. Um, and also, uh, in all the time that I've had this channel, I've been logged into it whenever I've just used YouTube. Um, and so I'm still going to use it for using YouTube. Um, and so occasionally I might comment on a video or something, and then if someone, for whatever reason, decides to check out my channel, seeing my comment, I don't know why they would, but um, uh, they might, see, oh, they had hundreds of videos, they did this place, and they just stopped. Um, so just on those off chances. I could always, just make a new channel for it, but then I have to redo all my subscriptions, and then uh, the data like cookies. I don't know how it does how YouTube stores it. Maybe there might be a way to transfer it, but the thing where it shows a little progress bar under videos you've already watched and on watch history and all that stuff, it just be a hassle. Um, I stopped. The reason I'm stopping is because I just don't enjoy doing let's plays. I don't. Um, I used to enjoy it, uh, especially the editing process, adding little effects. I enjoyed it more when I did it with my late wife, and we had a channel together, which is was a different channel than this. Uh, but eventually, the only reason I did it, pretty much the only reason I did it was because I had a friend that would like enjoy watching my videos, and don't touch my keyboard, kitty. Um, and that friend, wanted I would keep doing it just to if there was a game that he played and he wanted to see my reactions and blah blah blah, I would check out his reactions and stuff. But I've kind of just had to accept that, especially since I have a lot of other things in the works. Uh, even like first cut back in that I wasn't going to do like heavy editing, and then I cut back in that I was not going to do let's plays of regular games. I would just keep strictly to horror and have reactions to that. But I realized that's the worst possible solution, because horror is a genre where I kind of want to be just in a dark room immersed, and I miss that. I haven't done that in a long time, and I miss that. Uh, one thing that might revive this channel that I'm gonna try out in the future, and the reason why I renamed the channel the Cozy Bear, is I have this idea of doing live streams where it's cozy games, simulator, like what a cozy game is, along with no commentary and audiobooks playing in the background. And there's even a site that does like volunteer recordings of like public domain old works. And I even got in contact with the owner of the site and asked if I could use their recordings for this, and they said yes. But I need a second monitor because when you're streaming, you kind of need that to keep an eye on what you're doing. Uh, and so that I it that's in the future. I've got other projects, and lastly, I'm going to name what those projects are, and then when I upload this, I'm gonna put links in the description so that if for whatever reason you enjoyed this content, you know, uh, or like you come across this channel and watch some videos and you like it, and then are bummed that it's no longer existing, and you want to see my brand of weirdness. I have three. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. Uh, yeah, three. Uh, I actually have like six channels, but like three of them, two of them are like for unrelated, non-uploading type things. Um, three channels that I'm running, because what I'm doing now is, I kept up Let's Playing for so long because I wanted to try to. It wasn't really about the like success. It's just I wanted to try to make something people would like, and I've realized that keeping that up for so long has just drained me. And now I want to make stuff that I enjoy making without a care in the world as to whether or not other people like it. So, the three channels that I have, um, there's a channel called Showered Thoughts, which obviously is a pun on Shower Thoughts, where the idea of the channel, and there's a couple videos up, and I have more in the works. Uh, the idea is that I take a thought, just like a thought that crosses my mind, and then I just make a video. And the kind of the shtick of it, um, is that I don't do any research whatsoever. And the reason I do that, um, is because although obviously it can easily lead to me putting up a video that like 2 seconds of research would have rendered the video obsolete. I feel that when you research stuff and you read articles and stuff, it no matter how much you try not to, it will impact your opinion. Um, and I just want to crystallize these random thoughts that pop into my head. Um, uh, like let's see here. Go over to it quick. YouTube Studio. I've always found it weird how once you go into YouTube Studio, there's actually no way to get back to YouTube. Like you can open a new tab and go back to YouTube, but it's weird that from YouTube you can get to YouTube Studio, but you can't like. There's no like return to YouTube button. At least not one that I know of. I haven't don't see it anywhere. Anyway, so I have a video up about Death Stranding, how I played that during a time in my life where I didn't have any internet, and so I was disconnected from the world, which immersed me in the game in a way that most people didn't get to experience, and how playing it isolated and not having like other people's like items and stuff pop up gave me an experience that was kind of unique. I got a video called "I've been playing the Soulsborne games wrong, and that's okay." That's just me talking a bit about the Souls series and games like it, and how my play style isn't really the way you're kind of meant to play the game. Um, and just talking about like all that. Then there's a video about a song that I like, and me just like breaking down the song and going into like conspiracy theory level of like what I think the song's about. And then the very first video I put up about 3 years ago now, which like I said, this is the point. Like me worried about making let's plays distracted from me, all the other creative things I wanted to do. Um, but now that I'm not doing that anymore, I'm going to hopefully have time to, work more on these kind of things. The first one which is funny, is it's called Bloober Team, a masterclass on missing the point, and it was just a criticism of their games and just how I feel about them. Um, and it came. The funny thing is, uh, the idea for the video came before they were announced as the makers of the Silent Hill 2 remake, but the actual making of the video happened after they were announced. And I've yet to play Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm not that well off, so I mostly play games by renting them through GameFly. And I'm currently working my way through a Yakuza game, or I guess they call them Like a Dragon now. And those games take a million fucking hours. But I am going to play it. And then after that, I plan on putting up an update video about uh how I feel they handled it, and addressing whether my feelings in the first video were correct or whatever. So then I have another channel called VantageOS, which is an analog horror series. And if you don't know what analog horror is, things like the Mandela Catalog and the Backrooms, and just all that kind of stuff. Um, and it's I'm having a ton of fun. Like, this is the crystallization, which I believe I've used that word already in this video. I don't know why. Of like that feeling of, instead of trying to make things that I think people will like, I want to just make things that I enjoy making, regardless if anyone likes it. And I'm having so much fun making these videos, coming up with little ideas and stuff for the way I'm doing them. And then a big example of making videos for myself is the final channel called Acapella Atrocities, which is basically just me singing songs I like without any backing music, cause to keep from getting copyright struck, which you can technically still get copyright struck without that, if they recognize the words, or like it gets manually struck. But this will make it much less likely for that to happen. And I'm not a very good singer, but the thing is, just belting out songs that I like is very therapeutic for me. And I'm just like, I've done it for a long time, just sung along to music I like. So I'm doing this to kind of like, and I used to, on this channel, put up videos occasionally of me singing a song, but pretty much all of them just resulted in people like hate comments and people just being dicks. Like it's fine to comment and say you're not very good, but like there's some vile shit, and I let that get to me. But now I'm in a different state of mind where I couldn't care less if someone makes a hate comment. Um, and so I upload just videos of me singing. That's pretty much it. So I in the description for this video, I will link those three channels. Those are my creative endeavors going forward. Well, there is one other, but that's off YouTube. That's me writing. I've written a bunch of books and hoping to publish one someday. But anyway, this 15-minute video that I said I was going to make quick. Uh uh that's it. I would say thank you for watching, but uh I don't get views on this channel. Um like every now and then. Like my friend will watch them, but then there's also like a lot of games I've played that he hasn't played. And so obviously he doesn't want to, watch it until he plays the game, which is the same for me, where like he has stuff on his channel uh where he has played games that I haven't played yet, and so I'd want to watch it when blah, blah. Uh, but yeah, um, that's it for this channel, with the exception of if I decide to do that streaming thing. I would upload VODs here. Although at this point, just to avoid confusion, I probably wouldn't even upload them here. I'd probably make a new channel for the VODs of that if doing that ended up being something I enjoyed. Uh, and this is me signing off for the final time. Uh, I did Let's Plays for over 10 years. I kind of regret it. Not really, because it did lead to me getting closer to one of my closest friends, and um, I enjoyed the commentary part. Like, I love jokes I made, and uh, I don't really know what was. I don't really. I can't really think what the reason that I never got any success was. Um, the few times people would watch a video, they'd like it. You know, people would say that's funny and say they enjoy my commentary. Um, I put, at least in the at least early on, I put a lot of effort into editing and like keeping out dead air and stuff. The only thing I could think is that for personal reasons, there was like large gaps in me uploading because for like 6 years or so, I was borderline homeless, which is a whole thing I'm not going to get into. Uh, and that's different now. Um, and so I would like, when I had time, when I had a chance, I'd record a bunch of me playing something, and then for a while, I didn't even have internet. I'd have to go up to the library with a flash drive to upload videos. So I think just the way YouTube's algorithm worked, it really didn't like me going a month, 2 months without uploading a video, and then uploading 20 videos in one day. I don't think the algorithm was a fan of that. Um, but yeah, honestly, one thing I will say that definitely makes it all worth it is the fact that I still, on a hard drive, have all the Let's Plays that I did with my late wife, which was from a channel that I took down. Um, at this Now that I think back on it, I'm not really sure why I took it down. But when she got too sick to do it anymore, um I think it was like the same mentality that that's leading me to make this video. Is I figured if it just stopped, then people would find it and be like, "Well, where's more videos and stuff?" And I kind of figured if we weren't going to be doing the channel anymore, wasn't any point in keeping it up. Um, Looking back on it, I realized that was kind of dumb. I probably should have left it up as like a memorial, but I have all those videos, and so like I can watch them occasionally. I have to be careful though, because obviously, with a loss like that, you can become obsessed and just watch them all on repeat. And I have hundreds that we did, and I could just sit and watch them all on repeat and just get lost in that. But um, I've made sure not to let myself do that because I know the effect that that would have on my mental health. Um, but I do think maybe one day I'll make like a compilation. I actually was making a compilation, memorial compilation of all the videos from the channel years ago, and then the computer I was making it on died, and then it was quite a while before I had a new computer. So, um, uh, or at least a new one that like wasn't a shitty laptop that couldn't do any video editing. But I'm gonna stop this now because this was supposed to be short, and I'm coming up on 20 minutes. That explains why this. I have a pimple. It's my third eye. Open it up. See into the future. I'm fucking stupid. Anyway, links in the description for the other channels that I'm doing, and